Hello Gemini, welcome to your January 2019 reading. Thank you for joining me. This is for Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Before I get started, I wanted to quickly mention I have my 2019 12-month year ahead forecasts, and those are on Vimeo, so if you're interested you can check those out. The link is below in the descriptions box. Let's take a look at your oracle cards. Starting with the Oracle of Mystical Moments, you've pulled the card of A Long Way Home. You'll see that this card has an elephant here, and he has a castle, and the castle is his home. Above him is the balloon, so it signifies journeys, remembrances, experiences and passage. Very much an energy here of how long is his journey and when will it end? Will he drop anchor again or continue his travels? The card reflects how we pass through our lives. During our pilgrimage we collect memories, strong enough to fill a castle and light enough to buoy or buoy our voyage. So with this one, it is about the voyage of life. And I feel for you it does involve some kind of movement here at this present time. It may be you, maybe someone around you, Gemini. And it seems to be centered around memories, collecting memories. Now, as your overall energy from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle, you've pulled the card of New Beginnings. And with this one, it is about entering a new phase of life. Unlike the card of transition, the mood of New Beginnings is joyful expectancy, heralding an opportunity to wipe the slate clean and start fresh. The supportive, nurturing energy of this card helps transcend old habits or ways of relating which have been holding you back. So, Gemini, a new beginning. It's not necessarily radical. Sometimes a series of subtle changes bring about the most lasting and miraculous benefits. Perhaps you've been working toward a new beginning. It could be travel, relocation or career change, but restrictions have hindered your progress. But know that the seeds of change have already been sown in readiness for your intention to manifest ideas and turn your aspirations into realities. I get a very much an energy here of being unburdened by the past, and a lightness of energy here when it comes to starting over, starting fresh. Let's see where this goes. I'm going to leave this as your overall energy, Gemini, and I'm going to use the Rider-Waite deck for your energy. I've already meditated on your energy, but I will cut the cards one more time. For Gemini for January 2019, I have you at the bottom here, signified by your card, Gemini, the Lovers. Now, for the person that you're thinking about, I'm going to be using the After Tarot. Now, the thing to remember with when I do this spread is, although I'm doing it as your the aspect of you and from the perspective of another person, it can resonate as completely yourself. Both sections could possibly resonate, especially if I'm talking to a single person here, or if you're not really thinking about anyone at the moment but your own goals and aspirations. It can be you here, Gemini. So I wanted to point that out. Let's get started. We'll cut these cards. So I feel like I need to do one more for you, Gemini. And please excuse my shuffling here. I'm on a ship, and it's difficult to do it's uneven surface. Okay, let's take a look. First off, I want to see what you've brought to this situation in the past, Gemini. What have you brought to this situation in the past? What has Gemini brought to this situation in the past? Past energy for Gemini, please. The Moon in reverse. Okay, so coming out of confusion, things becoming clearer. And I do get a sense of, for you, it's about gaining more realistic viewpoint, how you're looking at something. It's very much that energy of coming back down to earth and seeing things from a standpoint of having no illusions or no fantasy involved. It's very realistic thinking. Now, the other person that you're focused on here, Gemini, let's see what they've brought to this situation in the past. Let's see what this other person has brought to this in the past for Gemini. 5 of Cups. Okay. So with this one, it's a focus on negativity, a focus on negative past events. And what I get is that there has been some disappointment. It could have been failed relationships, a grieving process, grieving the end of something. It could be even grieving a person. But how this person as what the energy that they've brought into this situation is of sadness, and certainly a focus on, I get a lot of regret. I get regret here, regret and sadness. Now let's have a look and see where you currently stand with this, Gemini. Where does Gemini currently stand with this situation? Okay, let's take a look. The Page of Swords, communication, and Temperance in reverse. Okay, all right. So where you currently stand, you know, I get with Temperance in reverse, at the present time there's an imbalance of sorts. You don't feel that sense of wholeness, of being complete, and it's more an internal feeling than an external feeling with this one. It's that sense of being truly at peace, balanced, and it seems like you're communicating with that Page of Swords. As either you are, I have it as you, Gemini, who is perhaps giving a message, maybe email, text, even, God forbid, actual speech, and telling this person that there's something missing in your life. Something feels off. Let's take a look and see where they currently stand. Where does this person currently stand? The person that Gemini is focused on. Where do they currently stand? Oh, we have the Chariot. Let's get one more. Where does this other person currently stand? Where does this other person currently stand? The 4 of Pentacles. Okay. Well, the Chariot is about taking back control, overcoming obstacles, a card of being successful, feeling triumphant, and getting back control of one's life. Now, along with the 4 of Pentacles, it seems to be about regaining stability. Whereas in the past there has been regrets, I feel. Regrets over the past. Now there seems to be a willingness, a determination to get this stability back, whatever this was. Let's see where you hope to stand with this in the future. Where does Gemini hope to stand with this situation in the future? Where does Gemini hope to stand with this in the future? Hopes for the future for Gemini. Where does Gemini hope to stand with this in the future? Where does Gemini hope to stand? Where does Gemini hope to stand with this in the future? January 2019. The 5 of Pentacles. Okay, let's get one more. What is this Five of Pentacles? Where does Gemini hope to stand with this situation in the future? Okay. You know, the Five of Pentacles is a card of abandonment. The Four of Pentacles in reverse speaks about release, letting go, not holding on tightly. And when it comes to the Six of Cups, I get that as related to the past. So for you, Gemini, I feel like you're not wanting to hold on to any bad feelings about the past. For you, it's letting bygones be bygones. You know, there may have been rejection in the past. Someone may have left you, or vice versa. There was abandonment. I sense abandonment. And with the Four of Pentacles in reverse, so it's telling me, I feel that this is the most important card here, because I think that you're not holding on to that, whatever was done in the past. Because there's a history here. There's a history. You were... This may have been a past relationship, could have been a family member, a friend who left in the past, but I don't think that you want to hold on to any kind of hurt feelings, grudges, that kind of thing. For you, it's more about peace and good feelings, and getting that kind of energy back in your life. Now, where does the other person hope to stand with this? Where does the other person hope to stand with this situation? We have we have the Queen of Wands. So this might be a fire sign that we're talking about, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, so male or female, general reading. Where does this person hope to stand in the future with Gemini? Where do they hope to stand in the future with Gemini? They're in the upright. And we have the High Priestess. Okay, so with that, it's very much an intuitive, instinctual energy. I also get it as wisdom gained from the past. It's learning. It's wisdom gained from learning from the past. And I do feel like this person is listening to their inner compass that is pointing them in the right direction. It seems to be, because I get them starting off as with a lot of regrets over the past, focused on bad things that have happened in the past, but they're wanting to get their confidence back, to feel that there's a sense of security and stability, confidence, optimism, that sense of I get feeling valued as well, feeling valued with these cards together, valued for what they bring to the table. Okay, let's take a look and see how you're viewing this person. How is Gemini viewing this person? 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 Okay. The Knight of Swords. So there's that action. Taking action. Forward movement. Let's see what this Knight of Swords is. How is Gemini viewing this person? How is Gemini viewing this person? Okay. It's quite a lot of cards, but so we'll take those two. The King of Wands and the World. Okay. There's that fire sign energy again. You know, I get that there is an energy here of wanting to connect. The world speaks about closing out an old cycle so that you can begin a new one, a more successful one. There is an energy of completion. Perhaps there was something that was left unfinished in the past. And the King of Wands, it seems to be there's a lot of righteousness behind this, a feeling like they are doing the right thing when it comes to wanting to close out a cycle. Unfinished business. I get unfinished business here that they're wanting to finish. Let's see. How is this person viewing you, Gemini? The Five of Pentacles in reverse. So wanting to come out of the cold. Let's move these up a bit. Wanting to come back out of the cold here. Again, I get that there was some kind of rejection in the past, a walking away, an abandonment, a loss. How is this person viewing Gemini? How is this person viewing Gemini? The Sun, yeah. You know, I think that how they're viewing you is as a way to get them out of some bad circumstances. It seems like there was something that they regret doing, or there are a lot of regrets around the past. It seems to involve of walking away, abandonment, and I feel there's an energy around them of wanting to improve their lot in life, get their stability back, to feel like themselves again. I get that. And it involves having a lot more optimism around the future. So there's optimism when it comes to something coming back from the past here, is what I'm getting. Let's see what your doubts and fears are. Doubts and fears for Gemini. Six of Wands. So when it comes to success, this being successful, you seem to be doubting the success here. Let's take a look. Gemini's doubts and fears, please. What are Gemini's doubts and fears? Gemini's doubts and fears. Okay. So this is something that you may have wished for, hoped for, but there's doubt involved. You're doubting whether or not this is going to be a successful outcome for you. Let's take a look and see what their doubts and fears are. Judgment, reconciliation, second chances, rebirth, renewal. Let's see. And the Eight of Cups in reverse. Okay, coming back. Yeah, there seems to be an energy here of somebody wanting to come back from the past, wanting a second try, another go around, coming back. I get that Eight of Cups in reverse here as coming back to a situation, to work on a reconciliation. But there are niggling doubts here on both sides whether or not that this is going to work, whether or not this is actually going to be successful the second time around. Yeah, I get it as unfinished business. Let's see what the challenge is for you, Gemini. What is Gemini's challenge, please? Gemini's challenge. Challenge for Gemini. What's the challenge for Gemini? What is the challenge for Gemini? Oh, okay. The Three of Pentacles in reverse and Justice. Okay. So, okay. It may be that something is not working at the present time that involves some kind of legal process, legal matter, legal agreement. And the challenge here is to, I feel, get out of a situation that somehow involves a legal challenge. And it's, for you, it's about looking at all sides when making a decision. Fairness, balance. Because I get that there is something here that is more of a one-sided energy. Let's have a look at the challenge for the other person. What is the challenge for the person that Gemini is thinking of? The Hierophant in reverse. Okay. What is the challenge for the person that Gemini is thinking of? What is the... Okay. And the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay. You know, this may have been something that broke apart in the past. It may have even been, a split, a break, possibly from a marriage, something that was traditional, a long-term partnership. And the challenge here is coming back to a situation after a break. I do feel like this person is trying to recover from something. Recovery from some kind of unusual circumstances. You know, the Hierophant in reverse in this case, I'm picking it up as something... there's rebelliousness here. Non-traditional. And I get that this other person, their challenge is to overcome this. Something that was difficult for them. Yeah, I get it as recovery. Personal recovery. From something or someone. This may be someone that they were dealing with that took a non-traditional kind of route with them. And they're just trying to get over this. It's possibly a breakup. Breaking up a commitment here. But I get the same thing for you. Maybe you're both in other arrangements right now. For some of you it is that. Let's take a quick peek at the potential outcome for you, Gemini, and then we'll go into the part 2 extended version. Lots to clarify, so that I hope you join me there. That link will be below in the descriptions box. That will be on my Vimeo channel. Let's take a look at your potential outcome here for Gemini with this situation. What is the outcome for Gemini? Let's take a look. King of Swords, that's you, male or female. You're in the upright. Let's take a look. The Hanged Man. Okay, so maybe you can't take action. Let's get one more card. I feel like you want to, but there's still something that needs to be completed out here, something that needs to be finished, done with, possibly involving a legal agreement. Let's see. What is the potential outcome for Gemini? Potential outcome for Gemini, please. Let's get one more. Potential outcome for Gemini. The Empress and the Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, waiting on... there's an action that you want to take that you're unable to take due to circumstances that it somehow involves... I get it as contracts, a long-term commitment, needing to take all sides into account before making a important decision. Let's look at the outcome for the other person. The person that Gemini is thinking of, the Emperor. What is the outcome for the person that Gemini is thinking of? 5 of Swords in reverse. And let's see. Page of Wands. Okay, so we've got the Emperor, 5 of Swords in reverse, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so with this one, it does seem like for some of you it may be an Aries that we're talking about here with the Emperor and the Page of Wands, that fire sign energy. There does seem to be some kind of action, walking away, moving on, leaving something behind. And that 5 of Swords in reverse, there seems to be, it's walking away, but it's walking away with regrets, finding that amicable resolution here, not wanting there to be hard feelings. I get no hard feelings. It's interesting, Gemini. You know, I get someone here who may be dealing with someone who is walking away, but they're walking away it's almost saying like it was what I get here, Gemini, is that energy of thanks for the memories, but now I'm leaving. And there I've got you unable to take some kind of action. It's like you're in limbo. You're waiting. You're waiting for a decision to be made. Maybe that's it. Maybe you're in the middle of divorce proceedings. For some of you, you're in the middle of divorce proceedings, and you're waiting on the outcome here, but it hasn't been decided. You know, I get here that there's an energy of you starting to come back to reality, to see things a different way. This person seems to have regrets over the past. For you, there's at the current state, there's communication when it comes to wanting peace back in your life. I feel like there's energy around you of something being incomplete. That sense of wholeness is not there, and I feel for you it's about getting that peace, that balance back in your life, and this is what you're communicating. The other person seems to be focused on, well, I get it as more of a security or stability kind of energy around them, getting their stability back. Now for you in the future, I do feel for you that there's an energy of walking away, a release of the past, not holding on to grudges or bad feelings. The other person seems to be just listening to their intuition, following their inner compass when it comes to whatever this movement is, and we'll look at this further in part 2, so that I hope that you join me there. And down here is how you're viewing them. It seems to be about they are the ones that seem to be taking action. There's fire sign energy. There seems to be something that they need to complete out, and they, on the other hand, are viewing you as perhaps someone who is not focused on what has happened here, but instead more optimistic about the future and things improving. You're both doubtful that this can succeed, if there's that there can be reconciliation here. And as the challenge, that there both seems to be about commitment and legal ceremonies. So I do feel it is about a challenging divorce. But I do feel like if there has been an energy around this other person of challenging the divorce, I do feel like for them that they are going to move on and do it with regret, but that there's peace around this, not wanting to. Again, I get this no hard feelings, let's move on but without animosity, and let's just treasure the memories kind of energy. And for you, you're kind of stuck here, Gemini, not being able to move on and take an action that you want to take until something legal is finished with. So we'll go further in depth here, and we'll see how far we can go with this. We'll get some more clarifiers in part 2. I hope that you join me there. The link will be below in the descriptions box. That will be on my Vimeo channel, Gemini. Hope to see you there. If I don't see you there, then I wish you all the best with this. If you would like a personal reading, you can email me, gypsyinsights@gmail.com. And I will speak to you very soon, Gemini, for the mid-Januaries. So bye for now.